Hey guys, we're back with Fate Grand Order with Traum. It has been a long time since I've been able to say we're back with Fate Grand Order. It's June now. I finished Avalon around February, I think. So yeah, good old 4 months or so. I haven't done much recording since. Anyway. So I said this at the end of Avalon. I'm just going to repeat this. I'm not fully committed to finishing Traum. So what I'm going to do as much as Traum as I feel up to before Lost Boat 7 comes out. If I don't finish it, recording it before Lost Boat 7 comes out, or like the week before, I'm just gonna finish it in my own time. You know, just read it by myself. The iffy thing though is, what if I finish recording it and then Lost Boat 7 comes out, and do I upload all the footage, or does it go back in the backlog with Salem? Because I recorded all of Salem sometime after the Lost Boats came out. I forget when exactly. And it's just still on my hard drive, just waiting to see the light of day. Never will, but it's waiting. Anyway, right, with Traum, I know one spoiler about Traum. I think it's something most people are aware of by now. Like, I'm not gonna say the spoiler, I know, but everyone knew coming into this, Sherlock Holmes was, as the cool kids say, a sussy boy. And I know Traum answers a lot of the theories people had about him. And that's literally all I know about Traum, which I think that's covered probably at the climax, I would assume. Like, is Holmes a traitor? Is he not? I know the answer to that, but I won't say it. So besides that, I know nothing besides the characters who show up, because they did have a free interlude campaign. There's one going on right now for Lost Boats 3. I need to finish all of these. I've done a couple of them so far. I know I just did Chin Liang Yu's this morning. There's one other character. I'm starting with the characters I don't have. So I did hers, and I can't remember who the other one was. Okay, so next I'm going to do the other Li Shu one. Anyways, I guess let's get started. Oh, I know Kadok is in this too. Which I'm really excited to see Kadok. Lagor, a study of the perfect human. Like that font choice. It's the storm border. Thoughts on what constitutes a perfect human? I mean, okay, that's kind of vague, isn't it? For a start, we'd have to agree on a definition for perfect before we could even discuss this. Who's asking this? Go idea? Oh no, Sion. Excellent point. Then allow me to take the first crack at it. A perfect human is one who makes no mistakes. That sounds like a go idea question though, doesn't it? I actually thought it was going to be Holmes, since, you know, he's irrelevant here, but let us set aside matters like overcoming hardships and making the impossible possible. We may then define a perfect person simply as one who makes no errors in judgment. Okay, works for me. Even the most amazing geniuses or superhumans inevitably make errors in judgment. In fact, you could argue that the mark of a skilled, intelligent human being is their ability to resolve matters in spite of any oversights or mistakes they may make. But that wouldn't be perfect. Perfection is when you don't have any mistakes to make up for in the first place. Even if the person is average in every other regard, their decisions are always correct. Their actions, by extension the person who performed them, would be perfect. So by that definition, that makes someone who never overlooks anything a perfect human. But the moment they do overlook something, however small, they're no longer perfect. Is that what you mean, Sion? Yes, that sounds right. Okay, what is this discussion about? I mean, you know, I'm looking at this with, you know, Sherlock Holmes in mind, so is this about Holmes? It is a shame a single careless mistake is all it takes to knock someone off the pedestal of perfection. However, were we to use your definition, Da Vinci, we'd face a paradox. If a problem can be overlooked by a so-called perfect human, then that problem is more perfect than the human. What? Assuming it's equal to the task of deceiving a perfect human who never makes a wrong decision anyway. Oh, but in that case, maybe it's a situation where it only seems like someone made a mistake. But in reality, they simply chose to overlook the problem. In other words, case where the perfect human deliberately overlooked the problem in order to be perfect. The problem in this case shouldn't be solved at all. In that case, overlooking the problem would be the correct choice, the perfect choice for our purposes. And at that point, guess we're just arguing semantics, huh? I have no idea what that conversation was about. I mean, I assume I'm gonna look back after Traum and I'm gonna be like, ah, that makes sense. Or I'm gonna look back and it's gonna be like, ah, that's truly nonsense. Are you done with the side chatter? Stormborder will be leaving the Arctic Circle soon. You two aren't just passengers, you're technical and special advisors. It's your duty to make regular status reports, even if they don't have much new. Oops, my bad. You're right, Captain. We did in fact originally come to give you a report. Then allow me to explain Novum Chaldea's current situation and our next steps. We're still calling it Novum Chaldea? Thought it kinda got nuked. It's been several days since the British lost boat vanished. Okay, only days. They've successfully brokered peace with the immature beast Koyanskaya. Oh yeah, I still haven't read Tunguska. It came out a couple weeks ago, but first, when it came out, I think I was basically just caught up doing all the interludes and stuff. So I haven't gotten around to doing it. However, immediately following this, we were attacked by the Foreign God and lost our temporary base in the Wandering Sea. Fortunately, all of Novum Chaldea's staff managed to escape to the storm border. We struck back at the Foreign God, that is, you, Olga Marie, with the safe gravitational destruction she used on the Wandering Sea, confusing her long enough to... Well, I'd like to believe that her not coming after us means our plan was successful. Fortunately, she's so far beyond what we would consider normal that it is impossible to be certain. At any rate, both Spiritron Calculation Engine Trismegistus 2 and Near Future Observation on Shiba have been brought aboard the Storm Border. Now serves as Chaldea's flying base of operations. That is the situation we now find ourselves. Now that we have escaped you, Olga Marie, we're currently using Trismegistus 2's prognostications to move between different safe zones. Despite encountering a share of difficulties at various stops, continuing our flight even as we speak. Yep, when crisscrossing the Eurasian continent east and west. Of course, we occasionally touch down to convert the few remaining buildings into Spiritrons, stock up on resources. We ended up hiding out in the Arctic Circle for a pretty long time. Unsurprisingly, it was freezing there. Can't say I cared for that, not built for cold. Oops, I had a feeling it might have been freezing there. Sorry about that, Captain. Hope you give us a break on that. Trismegistus the second. Is it 2 or the second? Suggested it was the safest place to lay low. I know, and it worked since the Foreign God hasn't attacked us here. But things changed yesterday. Is that... Sorry, was it the Arctic or the Antarctic? Did they... The Arctic Circle. Okay, so that's opposite side from Chaldea. Wonder if that's relevant. But things changed yesterday, right, Captain? We're just about done weaponizing the essence of the sacred sword we obtained in the British Lost Belt. Oh, right. So, I wonder, are we gonna use that against Ort? That's my only guess. Like, I'm assuming it gets used in Lost Belt 7, and given what I know of Lost Belt 7, which is very little, all that's left now is to simulate a few necessary tests. So Commander Gordolf, our administrative advisor, Holmes, me as the technical advisor, the rest of Chaldea's staff have all agreed it's time to leave the Arctic behind. Our next destination is the Foreign God's base, South America. That's where we'll have our final showdown, and then the alarm goes off. Wee wee! There are a bunch of wyverns gathering in. Where's Traum at? I know Traum's a German word. I actually don't know. Long last, we're passing through North America to the final Lost Belt. Yep, just gotta look at the Sacred Sword's armament's official name too. Oh, Nemo series thinks it's great, myself included. Yeah, right? It's mainly a little hyperbolic. That's just part of his charm. There we go, got it. Anomaly detected. Anomaly detected. Errors in Trismegistus 2's prognostications achieve as near future observations recorded. You must do a filler arc. No! New undocumented obstacle. Novum Chaldea's plan is to defeat the Foreign God detected. Seon predicted this, right? At the end of the last one? Deep decline in proper human history's verification levels on this fleet strength confirmed. Future threatening interference with the past confirmed. All Chaldea staff prepare for ray shift sequence. Chiba's observations indicate this massive singularity may be the single greatest direct attack on human history. Okay. I don't think we'll get the map just yet. Will we? Yeah, okay. My only friend is the coffin. Oh, geez, this is only 2 arrows? So I know this one is very long. I was gonna split it up into 2, but we'll see how far this first arrow is. Section 1. My only friend is the coffin maker. A weird title. My first thought is Kadok, given he was in a coffin for a while, but that might be talking about like a, well, I was gonna say Lost Belt native, but it's a singularity, huh? Thinking out loud. I don't know who this is. Blank can't understand blank. Are they alive? Are they dead? Are they standing? Sitting? Do they care for anything? Wish for anything? Pray for anything? They understand nothing. They know neither suffering nor joy. They have no concerns, but also no relief. Only hunches and chills tell them the end is coming. And so, they die out here, miserably, meaninglessly. But something buried inside them kept them alive for just a little longer. Is this Kadok? So please, try to remain human as you should, till the very end. Or this could be Holmes? Turn not to prayer, but to song. It is all Blank can do, or it could be, I don't know. Blank the blank blank. Holme. That could be Holmes. I also always love the Hollow Ataraxia music. What? This is Hollow Ataraxia. This isn't, right? It's not Tsukihime? I think it's a Hollow Ataraxia song. Thinking out loud. That's right. Must be a traitor. Betrayed both proper human history and sincerity. Must be my incompetence. Maybe. It's how capable I am. At least, the day my sins, my evil deeds, my duties, all come to an end shall arrive. Here beneath... Oh, okay, it's Holmes. Reichenbach Falls. I believe that's the place where, Holmes died for the first time in the novels before, Doyle realized that, like, it was a cash cow and he brought it back to life. I don't know the exact reasoning he brought Holmes back to life, but I know he intended for it to end there, but he mysteriously lived, then went to the Himalayas, and in the interlude Holmes saw something in the Himalayas, which is, I assume, going to be very relevant here. Here's what you need to know about this massive singularity. The area is somewhat unstable, and we do know that it's sometime after AD 1700, within a margin of at least 100 years. The location is presently unclear as well. Based on the vegetation we've discovered, we can rule out the Far East, Africa, and Europe. North American singularity! North American singularity! Let's go! Our best guess is that we're somewhere in America. There could be a George Washington servant, you never know. Perpetual energy levels are not as high as the Age of Gods, where we're seeing tremendous fluctuations in their readings. Perpetual energy ripples are so numerous that it's like observing a pond on a rainy day. Frankly, it leaves me thinking anti-army noble phantasms might be popping off like fireworks in the singularity. And then, there's its foundation of humanity rating, error. Error? The EX string that signifies non-standard values? Does that mean like there's no humanity at all? Because it is considered like the worst, like the biggest singularity. Correct. Does not even register as non-standard. Like nothing we've ever seen. Generally speaking, the smallest of the minute singularities are rated as E-. Any lower than that and they wouldn't qualify as singularities. Maybe it's just a bug in the system. I hope so. Either way, I'll continue to monitor both the rating and the singularity as the situation develops. Both the point stands at the moment may have questions and precious few answers. And we're essentially in the dark, which means line. We won't know more until we go there. Hate to just fly by the seat of our pants. Don't see that we have a choice. Fortunately, Holmes is one of the servants best qualified for this particular race shift. No! The sussy boy! Once you get there, I'm sure you'll be able to get to the heart of the mystery in no time. Right, Holmes? And I just want to remind everyone, after Lost Bolt 3 came out, Moriarty got an interlude, which wasn't given for free, by the way. Good thing I have Moriarty. Like, it's really weird that they gave Holmes's, which is basically a follow-up to Moriarty's. Basically, Moriarty... There's like 20 minutes that it drags on, the Moriarty comes up at the end. Like, hey, main character, I'm going to wipe your memory of this, but I'm just going to tell you Holmes is extremely suspicious, you should be wary of him. And I forget his exact wording, but I think he says something like, we should be careful for when... Because Holmes values humanity, which for now, you know, means he's on our side, but if we're ever not on humanity's side, that would be a problem for us or something like that. And he's working on a countermeasure. It's quite a responsibility. You may rest assured that I am up to the task. Uncovering the truth is the very essence of a detective's calling. Glad you have your burrito on board. Ha ha ha, how very welcoming of you. That's all you have to say about the singularity, yeah? Then I'll take it from here. You'll have one other servant accompany you on this mission. I'm sorry to say it won't be Mashu. I think it's Vlad. Please be Vlad. Right. Afraid the Ordnex is still undergoing maintenance. My capacity as technical advisor really can't allow it to race shift until maintenance is finished. Not surprised. All those arduous battles in both Ferryburn and Tunguska have easily thrown her spirit origin a bit off kilter. Oh! His foe's not coming along this time either. Good news is we're still planning to race shift Mashu over there once the Ordnex's maintenance is done. No! I've actually been called out. There's a commenter who because basically every time Mashu does something stupid, you know, I call her out on it. You know, it is mostly a joke that I hate Mashu, but I definitely, my problem with Mashu, right, is her relation with the main character, because the main character, you know, Gudo, he's a bit of a non-character. He does have some personality sometimes, it really depends on the author, but he's never like the focus of the scene. He's pretty uninteresting. He's kind of a yes man, you know. He doesn't stand out by himself. It takes like another character to draw him out. Like, for example, I think he was fun with like Artoria and Oberon, for example. I think those are characters that really make Gudo like not like, you know, the worst main character ever, right? And Mashu is basically the exact same thing. She's, you know, little goody two shoes with very little personality of her own. Since, well, she at least had an arc in part 1, right? But in the Lost Boat, it's like, why is she still here? Like, obviously you got to keep her alive because she's like a free servant, but I think your character like might have even just been better if they just killed her off in Solomon. Like if, you know, Foe didn't bring her back to life. But I mean, obviously, I like the happy ending in part 1, right? And I do like, okay, no, I'm never gonna say this again. Part of me does like Mashu just a little bit. Look, don't record that. Cut it, quick. But when she's together with the main character, it just drags everything down. Like her, the scenes with her and Ask, I think those are some of the best Mashu scenes ever, really, because just, I think you get what I mean, right? They're just two characters who don't work well together because they're both just kind of yes men. If, well, that's close to how I feel. I hope that came across right. Let me take a drink. As for your other companion this time around, Vlad, let's go! You need to continue dragging this out. It is I. For those who don't know, Vlad was one of my first servants on the Japanese server. He's like, there was only like five stars back then. So I've basically been using this guy for almost a decade now. I forget if I have him on level 100 on NA servers. I think I did. Count Vlad! Indeed, this is a weighty responsibility. I shall do my utmost to discharge my duty. There are a number of other servants besides Count Vlad who are a match for this year's shift. We can only send 3 in total. Since we're going to send Mashi later, that leaves us able to only send 2 for now. Since Holmes was already a lock for 1 position, that left only 1 slot for the last servant. Us chosen after a peaceful discussion. Peaceful, in this instance, means only a bare minimum of blood spilled. Why are we... If we can only send 3, why are we prioritizing Mashu? Like, this isn't even, you know, Mashu hating, just... There are tons of servants more useful than Mashu, right? Sounds like they decided the winner by fighting to the death. Master, I know the singularity is full of mysteries, but I urge you not to lose sight of our ultimate objective. Becoming emotionally invested in our enemies can lead to lapses in judgment if we are not careful. But I suppose there's little point in telling you that now. You are our master. Do what you wish. I want to protect that smile. I'll remain on standby in my spirit form. Call for me if you need anything. It's cool that Vlad's finally getting like a story chapter. Because all he had was a little tiny story scene back in France or Orleans. I for one feel better already. As a matter of fact, we'll also be race shifting one more very special guest. Oh, okay. You said only 3 servants. Oh, Kadak. I did, yes. But the presence of another master will give us a much wider range of options. So yeah, does that mean... Director! Right, should have seen this coming. No, I'm not going. Still the commander, in case you've forgotten. Think we can make that work if we wanted? Let us set that possibility aside for now. This is the second master who will be joining you. Oh, he's gonna come out. It's gonna sparkle. Oh yeah, he gets a cool scene. He got a drip, as the kids call it. Hey, Kadak. Yeah. Kadak Lupus, Master of Team A, reporting for duty. Kadak? But you were one of the cryptors! Yeah, I should know that. My lost battle's long gone. I obviously can't escape to Olympus anymore either. Surrender is pretty much my only choice here. Not that I expect you to trust me just because of that. Oh no, wait, no, I trust him. I trust him explicitly. That's okay. Implicitly? No, I trust him explicitly. It's rated R. I'll just have to prove you can through... I just have to prove you can through my actions. What's with that collar? Oh shoot, are we gonna... Nothing gets by you, eh? Go on, Sion. Tell him. Sure thing. That's an analysis to produce Mage Killer collar. We'll be monitoring Kadak during this mission. If he tries anything funny, the collar will activate. Completely destroys magical circuits. Okay. Of course, anything funny includes trying to remove the collar himself. Not want to kill him. But if he tries to use the collar to intentionally destroy his magical circuits, that is what he'll be. Oh, be careful when using Magecraft too, since any unauthorized spells could trigger the collar as well. That's not great. Dang, you guys are brutal. Fine, I can deal. Kadak? Yeah. Handshake! It's good to have you on the team, buddy. Yeah, okay. First piece of free advice. Majors shouldn't be so quick to offer someone a hand. Hands convey a ton of information. Yeah, you have a mage killer collie, dude. On you, dude. Try to do anything with that and you're dead. You're a master too. You should know how important the hand with your command spell is. Such a typical mage that he's making me remember I'm actually a mage too. Horsey might be a great master. He's never really trained as a mage. So you'll keep giving him tips as time permits, Kadak. I will. You know, I swear there would have been a handshake sometime in like Fate Stay Night or Fate Zero. Like I swear Tokiomi handshake someone at some point. What about a serious like Miss Sion? Has it confirmed what those do? I was unable to remove it. Please keep that to yourself for now. Understood. The foreign guy could activate the series lights remotely. Should surely have done so long ago. That's one of those. I think they've confirmed what those do. Right? Don't they like? Aren't they just like a nuclear bomb on your hand? There's little to gain by letting ourselves become overly concerned. Yes, good point. Since the series light is still technically a command spell, the collar should suppress it before it can activate. Granted, we would prefer to avoid testing that theory if at all possible. Okay, so yeah, that's it for me. Anything else before we send them on their way? It's just one last thing. We're able to extract some keywords pertaining to the singularity from a hieroglyphic prediction. Not a problem. Revolt. Eyelid, eyelid. While I get the emojis out. What does that mean? I'm afraid I have no idea either. All we can say for certain at this point that we absolutely cannot afford to overlook anything in the singularity. It is on the same scale as the 7 singularities. Now this might feel like a setback now that we're finally about to take a crack at the 7th lost spell. Just like Sion said, we'll dispose of this massive singularity no matter what. Prepare to ray shift. Got it. I'm actually really excited to see how they utilize Kadok. Like, what if it's just him and Gudo bantering the whole time while Vlad's like, dude, quit it, there's wyverns nearby. Okay. Unknown record. Humanity Foundation value error. Realm of the Thanatos Impulse Traum. Life and death of an illusion. So the year ends in 19. So it's 1619, 1719, or 1819. That's interesting. Oh, we're still going. Okay. No matter the time, place, or prevailing ideology, there's no venture more difficult to succeed in than war. I'm going to die, I'm going to die, I'm going to die. Death comes regardless of race, gender, or age. The talented, the hardworking, and the lucky all die with shocking ease. When living beings die, they become lumps of inanimate meat. Servants don't get that much. When they die, they vanish without a trace. They never existed at all. Death. Its coming is so mundane, it's enough to drive one crazy. I guess that's why they call it Realm of the Thanatos. That's what it was called, right? Both heroes who save their nation and anti-heroes who have harmed countless people are dying for reasons unknown, though we're completely natural. War never changes. Fallout? I watched the new Fallout show, which is pretty good, by the way. Doesn't matter how much time changes, the times change, or how far civilization advances. The final stage of negotiations is two sides killing each other. They have one goal: rebellion. Not against a king, a god, or even the world, but against proper human history itself. Big sword? That's a Chekhov's sword. You understand why you've been called here? These are some designs. Look at this guy on the right. He's like straight out of, well, remove like the bright yellow. Well, maybe not. He's straight out of Dark Souls. This castle is an unbearable place for the summoned servants seasoned by battle. Any ordinary person setting foot inside would be driven insane by the blood-red glamour and pitch-black madness. That madness was personified in the beautiful woman who stood before them. Salome? That's how you say her name? Oh! No, Lady Kriemhild. Can't think of anything that would. I hope your name is that. I'm saying your name right. Kriemhild? Kriemhild? I think it's Kriemhild. Oh, that's a cool sword. Her name was Kriemhild. The queen from the Nibelungenlied who swore revenge for her husband Siegfried's murder. Okay, I'm not familiar with the story of Siegfried. I only know Sigurd's story. Desertion in the face of the enemy. Allowing an enemy to escape. Disrupting the battlefield as part of a relentless pursuit. Oh yeah, that guy's it. Oh, you got me. Speak. I retreated because Ryder disrupted the battlefield. By its death, I would have very likely have died. That wasn't an enemy. That's just a child. Tactical error on my part, and one for which I apologize profusely. I see. All three? Oh, just those two. That guy lives because he said sorry. If we had held out, the city would still would have fallen, but my men wouldn't have died needlessly. The penalty is death. Archer, there are no children on the battlefield. Even if there were, they would be servants. If even that escapes your understanding, then you shall die as well. As for you, Ryder, it looked like Archer died to me. Oh. But why? You pretended to be contrite, hoping to save your life, because you know what I am like. I have no need for someone so shrewd and self-serving. Curse you. You're just a woman. Oh no, 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 don't say that. Oh no, he's driven mad by revenge. Do you think that is a revelation to me? My. Once again, you make quite a bloody mess. Cleaning up mess is not your job. Chinese pronunciation is Shangzhou. So, I'm trying to remember how. I remember looking it up for the Chinese lost belt, right? Let's just say it how it looks, okay? Because the messed up thing with Chinese is the letters don't necessarily match how they're actually pronounced, which is stupid. Indeed it is. Rather, it's my puppet shop, so I have no idea what this guy's like at all. Go on then, get to work. Or who he is for that matter. How go things on the front line? A deadlock. Still, his talent for defense is almost maddening. Well, he is a renowned hero for a reason. Oh, is this, what's the guy's name? The guy from the glasses event. The guy who... Well, did they ever reveal his name in the glasses event? Well, no, he came out before Traum came out. He's the last emperor to hold, like, I think Constantinople before the Ottomans took it, I think? His name is like Constant... something. The 11th, I think? Oops, my apologies. How fair things on your end. But mustering my Taipingjing and my knowledge of puppet soldiers to the best of my ability, still going to take some time. May have all the time and money you need. Just be sure you succeed. Fail and I'll have no choice but to cut off your head off too. Oh, better give it everything I've got, hadn't I? I like that smile. No matter. What about new servants? Seems some new ones were just summoned not too long ago. I believe most of this batch went over to the opposing factions. What of the righteous realm? Has it moved? No, still hasn't budged. The only activity we've seen from his subordinates is scouting maneuvers. I see. Must be waiting to swoop in after the dust settles and claims the spoils for himself. They aren't so weak that we could overturn them all at once. Can't ignore them either. It's a most vexing position to be in. In consequence, we find ourselves in this deadlock. Infuriating. Indeed it is. Have the assassins continue to keep an eye on them? Yes, my lady. One more thing. Your zodiac star was twinkling earlier. Oh no, he believes in zodiac signs. Zodiac star? Means someone will have a significant impact on the singularities about to arrive. Namely... Chaldea. Oh, they know about us. I see. So they're coming. They're really coming. What to do? What am I gonna do about them? How can I best make them suffer? Oh, summon Siegfried, quickly, quickly! How can I best make them grieve? In the end, I'll behead them, of course. But before that, let's be sure their punishment is truly spectacular. And dare some common mage use us as familiars. Please calm yourself, my queen. They're still prisoners of war. Our society's rules do technically demand we treat them hospitably. Never consented to playing by any such rules. Oh, very well. Have the countdowns monitored until we know more. You know, I really like her design. Especially with the cool sword. Afraid we don't have the scouts to spare. Then recall some of the assassins we sent to spy on the righteous realm. Have them keep an eye on the Chaldeans for the time being. Understood. Are you guys done talking yet? Oh, Salome. Surprised to see you out of the torture chamber. Who let her out of the torture chamber? Torture? Don't know anything about that. I just want heads, that's all. I actually really like Salome's interlude. It was short, but it did a very good job of, I guess, explaining her character. Oh, never mind. Now what is it? What's Chaldea? Oh, well, to make a long story short, I would say they're our enemies. Nothing more, nothing less. They're gonna fight them? Going to kill them. Oh. Well, if you have any important heads you want to keep, would you let me hold on to them for you? I'll consider it. I doubt I will, though. Really? That's too bad. Okay, I'm going out for a bit. Want me to pick you up anything? Maybe, Sacher Torte? It's really good. I'm assuming that's some kind of food? No, thank you. Okay, bye! Are you sure she should be allowed to run about, doing as she pleases? That's the way of life she sought as an anti-hero. Nothing to be gained from denying her. The important thing is that she's a strong fighter. Let her have her fun. As you wish. Preparations for the experiment have been completed, Lord Shangju. I wonder if all these guys are actually like if their names are like known like to the authors, or they're just like, yeah, well, I need a caster. Great. I'll be right there. If you'll excuse me, my queen. How irritating. This is all so irritating. Chaldea, the king, the emperor, can't stand any of them. It's all that hero's fault. Might just fall apart if he isn't summoned soon. Come on, come on. Hurry up, hurry up. Siegfried? Or someone. I'm not familiar enough with her, but I'm assuming she's kind of like Brynhild. Given, you know, they have very similar stories. Okay, so these are the blue guys. Rid of the red guys. That concludes my report, sir. Yeah, this, Consta... What's your name? So this is the righteous realm? Thank you, Lancer. You may go. Yes, sir. This is, Saint Johanna, I think? She comes out, she doesn't come out for like a while. I really like her design though. Yet more heroes' lives have been needlessly lost, especially I think it's her second ascension. Please don't be sad, your holiness. As the Pope? Oh, Pope Johanna, right. You're right to grieve. This is as far as it should go. These heroes are all willing to lay down their lives to bring you victory in this war. You really don't think I'm worthy of such a great sacrifice? One cannot determine their own worth. That is for others to decide. You may deny yours, despise yourself, or blame yourself for your undeserved fairy tale fortune all you like. But we, your loyal subjects, will continue to love and respect you. That's such a burden. Honestly, yes. Yes, it is. Haha, well, that's a problem then. Personally, I'd rather die happy and smiling than continue on like this. Sorry, your holiness. We're not about to let you die. We all pledge to keep you alive. Consider it my sworn duty. And that right there is exactly why this is such a burden. But fine, whatever. I don't care anymore. Whatever happens, happens. Can I at least ask you one thing, Emperor? What is it? Those atrocities you and the others are committing, are they all to make my desires come true? Or are you putting your lives at risk because you want to do these things? It's a difficult question. That really isn't what you want. Thinking that I can offer you my own life, for what it's worth. As the Emperor of a dying empire, doubt it'll be much. No, you're right. Hate to admit it, but part of me does yearn to see what happens next. I must see it. I have to. Is that the voice of your lord? I don't know. My lord's messages can at times be complicated. I'm still confused in the Nasu-verse if God exists or not. The Christian God. Enough that an incident like me can't hope to understand them. Then again, could be that I... That's enough, Your Holiness. Only discord and blasphemy like that way. That's rude. Let me know I understand my place very well. Thank you very much. Do you? I have my doubts about that. I wasn't expecting your personality to be like this. I thought you'd be like a more serious type. Alright. I'm gonna go worship like I always do. By all means. Don't wait up for me. I need to discuss strategy with my subordinates. Fine. Oh, and can I say one last thing? What was that? Try not to do too much evil scheming, okay? Oh, you and your good looks. I want to protect that smile? Well, I'll be damned. Guess there's no accident Her Holiness was appointed Pope after all. I'm afraid I'm not done with evil schemes just yet. Who's that guy? We're here, Your Imperial Majesty. Good. Let's begin with your report. Yes, my liege. So is everyone in this singularity a servant? Because there's no humanity value. Well, it's error, so... Medium-sized force from the Revenge Realm attacked us 3 hours ago. Attempted to seize the Tower of Trigonio for themselves. Fortunately, the 30 Archer-class servants you had stationed there drove them away by unleashing all of their noble phantasms at once. I see. Played out just as I expected then. Yes, my liege. Fortunately, 10 of our other servants were killed when they tried pursuing the retreating enemy forces. I told them to maintain our defenses, not to give pursuit. I mean, this is the defense guy. You did, my liege. Several Rider, Berserker, and Lancer classes decided to disobey orders. Yeah, a bunch of Riders, Berserkers, and Kukulkan. They're clearly trying to steal a march on the enemy, and... So you're one of the servants who violated the chain of command and went off on their own. Forgive me, my liege! You could do it all over again. Just you would make a different choice? Yes, my liege. You expect mercy? Come on, be nice to this rider. The Red Rider got killed. Sorry to scare you, I understand. As a warrior, instinct drives you to take advantage of opportunities for glory in battle. Couldn't ask my soldiers to suppress those instincts any more than I could ask them to stop breathing. I forgive you. I let the rest of you go easy on them as well. This should go without saying, but achieving great things is your top priority. Even if that means occasionally disobeying orders. Yes, my liege. Very good. Next. These two were caught fighting. Big sword guy! You know that fighting between servants is forbidden, especially in this realm. I therefore sentence you both to the rear guard during the next battle. Alright, you got your sentence. Now move. So, Kriemhild is shown, executing your servants for disobedience, or, this guy's, acting all nice, but also, the Pope said evil schemes. So I assume he's up to something. Question is, do you think they're gonna switch sides? Like Kriemhild's gonna be nice once we summon Siegfried, and this guy's gonna end up our enemy? Or I'm the last one. Oh, nice to see you here. Always been such a model soldier. What could one of Alexander the Great's own have done to get in trouble? Okay, so isn't this guy's a Ptolemaic? Or how do you ever say it? Well, I don't think they made him summonable. I don't think he's a caster though. Whisper. Yeah. What did he do? Unforgivable. Done the one thing that is absolutely forbidden in this realm. Will not tolerate proper human history. Okay. Only rebellion is permitted here. There can be neither collaboration with nor mercy with the enemy. Thought you understood that when you chose to stand with us. But we're... Yes. We are heroes. Beings you struggled against, were swallowed up by, or outright disappeared into the flow of history. The shackles binding us to protect humanity are gone. And I cannot forgive proper human history, though I admit it is a completely one-sided grudge. Nonetheless, this realm is a home for those who share that view. Something that must have gone wrong with you when you were summoned. You're the ones. We've gone wrong. Perhaps, but I cannot stop now. You know, since this guy is a caster, maybe he's the guy that looks like Waver but isn't actually Waver because Nasu's being Nasu. For those who don't know, in Fate Zero, the anime, when Ixander does his Ionia Hentaiori, there's a guy that looks like grown-up Waver, which is clearly an Easter egg, you know, implying that, you know, Waver gets to join Ionia Hentaiori, but Nasu's like, no, he doesn't, that's stupid. He just happens to look like adult Waver. I'm off to worship. Leave me. Yes, my liege. Not wrong, I'm not lost. Normally her prayers would be for others, not herself. Prayers should be for others, for something larger than oneself. That's how it should be. I mean, most people pray for themselves. Through devotion, you prove who you claim to be. This time, her prayers are for herself. Her sins are not sins, her atonement is not atonement. Yet, paradoxically, that devotion is the only thing bearing fruit. Although maybe people pray differently, you know. When... How old is... I don't know when she was a long time ago. It's that paradox that brings her suffering she is powerless to stop. Please grant me salvation. She remembered her wish under her breath, unsure to whom she should direct it. Sorry I'm late. So I'm assuming maybe she'll end up on our side and, you know, obviously we have to fight him since... Oh no, it's fine. Only just began praying myself. Something wrong? Nothing. And I think I'll pray for you next. She prays to help shoulder the burden of his sins, even if doing so stains her own hands with blood. I'm sorry, but as sorry as I am, can't think of any other way. A third one? That concludes my report. According to the caster's analysis, the other two realms of battle ended in a painful draw. A Strollful! Oh, so this is Charlemagne. Dang, so they didn't get beyond skirmishing. They're still just as wary of us as ever. What do you think, Roland? Of course they are. Our faction may be the smallest, but our forces are just as strong as theirs. If we were to attack them with everything we've got, we'd walk away with a lion's share. Above all, our realm has none other than Charles the Great. Yeah, who cares about Crimhild and Constantinos? I don't know how to say that. Constantinos. Charles the Great is the only true emperor. You hear that, your Imperial Majesty? Green. Well, yellow. That's not a... Is that... Hold on, is that the guy from Fate Extella? Well, I haven't played Extella Link. I just finished CCC, like, I started it back when the translation came out, but I finished it a couple weeks ago. Stella Link Charles. So I know that's where Charlemagne is from, and no, Karl der Grobe. No, Charles the Great. Okay, yeah, that's the helmet. Okay, he's not summonable. No, that is Sancho. That is definitely Sancho. Is this a bait and switch? Is this actually Don Quixote with a funny helmet on? We fear neither the Vengeance Christ Queen nor the Emperor who failed to protect his nation. So says Charles the Great. He does look kind of short. Oh, that's our Emperor for you. Indeed. We'll wait until the end before we make our move. True Emperor should never act in haste. Charles also says to tell the assassins to dedicate themselves to their training, step up their efforts even further. It shall be done, my liege. Either Roland or I will head out next to your Imperial Majesty. I see. Roland, go get him. I'm honored, my liege. I'll leave straight away. Hey Roland, don't forget your sanity this time, okay? But did he strip naked last time? That only ever happens to you. So, how's it going? Wasn't easy, but we survived another day. What a relief. You did great, sir. Are you sure? All I said was indeed a nicey. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes even a few brief words can speak volumes. Are they talking to each other, or is this all Sancho? Frankly, if you were to say more than that, your imperial warrior would be somewhat diminished. I think it'd be really nice if we had like... Is it just me, or are you saying I'm not much like an emperor? It's just you. If you say so. Never mind that now. Scouts are getting increasingly noisy. We won't be able to keep this charade up much longer. With the renowned Charles the Great refusing to show himself for so long, people will naturally assume that he's either gravely injured or harboring some awful secret. But if I just pranced on out there, they cut you down before you could say hello. Well, that sucks for us. It's no laughing matter. You think? Because it seems to me like all we need is for something to happen that'll keep them from suspecting the king. Say, for example, a fourth faction showing up. Like Chaldea. Get a hunch? That things are about to change. Now's our chance, so we should send lots of scouts to make sure we don't miss it. Your hunches do seem credible. Alright, we'll send out the scouts. Side riders and casters to the usual assassins. Our defenses should hold for a while, even if we send them to other classes. Hope you'll help us too. You got it. Sir? Yes? Feel this will be a crucial turning point for you. Please try to stay on top of things. Of course. Show them exactly what I'm made of. My name isn't Charles the Great. Okay. You're getting into perilous territory, sir. Remember, if they discover the truth, they'll have your head on a spike. So you must be both cautious and bold. Is that clear? Indeed! Now then. A fourth faction is about to get involved. Have to be them. Wonder what's gonna happen. Okay, I found my favorite faction. I summoned Don Quixote, by the way. Oh shoot. We just got summoned to hell. I wonder if we got split up from oh! Freaking hell! That's hot. That's how grave shifting feels, huh? And that one was kind of odd. Quite right. There was clearly something different about it compared to our usual grave shifts. Well, this is my first, so I've got nothing to compare it to. I'll just have to trust you guys to figure out what's wrong. Master, are you able to contact Chaldea? Yes, Mashu here on comms for Chaldea. Are you okay, Master? I noticed there's an odd tremor during your grey shift. We're fine. That's a relief. Right. You can confirm that you and Kadak are both unharmed. Looks like Holmes and Flynn made it there as well. According to Sheba's observations, there should be a small town nearby. Is that where we go first? As in all matters, we begin by gathering information. Let's learn all we can, even if we must take a few risks to do so. Well, that's a textbook answer. But first, let me ask you something. Can you use suggestions? I can gander someone. Suggestions? Yes, that answers that. So this entire time, you've just been going around, running your mouth, knowing the locals will think you're either crazy or dangerous. Hey, look, it's worked! Like, at least 15 times so far. But this just Mystico does have some magecraft built in to dispel some incongruity. Oh, really? I had no idea. Me neither. Seems like the kind of thing you probably should have told him about sooner. But whatever. Alright, I'll use Traum suggestions on the locals. You think up what you want to ask them. Will do. So where exactly are we heading? The town is due north of you. Then let us be on our way. Shame we don't have any horses. Well, we have me, Horsey. I'll bring up the rear then. Horsey, Kadak, you two stay in the middle. Sure. Question mark? Holmes? Oh yes, my apologies. I'll be right there. clear blue sky that seems endless. Gentle breeze rustling pleasantly over the plain. Oh, I guess, well, I mean, it wouldn't be here, but for all the singularities we did, you know, there's a big ring in the sky. So that's like, that was one of Gauti's noble phantasms, right? Everything is quiet and peaceful. Made a horrible feeling of dread take hold and refused to let go. Not Kataxum Lupus who experienced that feeling. Nor was it Horsey, or Vlad the Third, or even Sherlock Holmes. Oh, what? I thought it was Holmes. Who was it then? Da Vinci? Despite her misgivings, she still had no choice but to send Horsey and his companions to the singularity. Okay, there's the end of scene. I'm gonna cut it there, since I don't know how much longer we have. If the next area is shorter, I will just cut it, do the next one as well. Since this first chapter is super long, like, you know, the average Lost Boat 6 chapter, but the rest are like, you know, pretty average sized, you know, Fate Grand Order chapters, finally, thank God. So I'm gonna assume this is Crimheld faction, Don Quixote, and Constantino? Well, oh no, he said there's a tower. Is that the tower? Maybe this is Don Quixote. Well, hold on, is there... Looking for a city with walls. That's all I know how to tell if it's him. Because this one kind of has walls. Yeah, see? We'll find out. But obviously this one is Crimheld because it's evil. Right? It's purple. Anyways, next time we'll finish My Only Friend is the Coffin Maker. I still don't know what that title's referring to. Maybe it's a reference to something. I'll look that up. Anyways, bye.